It's been a year since the amalgamation of the Ombudsman for Banking Services, the Credit Ombud, the Ombudsman for Long-Term Insurance and the Ombudsman for Short-Term Insurance into the National Financial Ombud Scheme. The dispute resolution body works to offer an efficient safety net and recourse mechanism for disputes between consumers and financial service providers. Our lead Ombud in the Credit Division, Howard Gabriels, joins us for more. Very good evening to you. Thank you for your time. A year down the line, as you reflect, would you say that the amalgamation has been justified?
I really believe so. Bringing the four organizations together deals with one important thing, in that consumers is now clear where they can go when they have a complaint against either the banks, the insurance companies, or credit providers. Bringing the four organizations together also brings together the different skill sets that was built up in the different organizations before the amalgamation. And that has really strengthened our ability to deliver a very good service to consumers in the financial sector.
What would you say are some of the significant ways in which this new formation has impacted thousands of South Africans who approach you for help?
Maybe just to give you a quick sense of the statistics over the year, the first year of our existence, we've opened over the year more than 40,000 formal cases. We've had more than 125,000 emails coming into our inbox. We've had 127,000 calls through our call center. We also have a WhatsApp line where consumers can contact us through the WhatsApp line. And on that line, we had more than 25,000 calls. So you can see that consumers are reaching out for assistance in large numbers, which may be a sense of the crisis many consumers are facing as the economy is going through a difficult time. Many consumers are challenged by their inability to service their debts, to deal with issues of complaints against the insurers and so forth. So really what has happened over the year is we've almost seen an explosion of consumers reaching out. It's really important to understand that when a consumer have a problem with the financial institution, that we encourage those consumers to talk to the financial institutions. And if they're not happy with the outcome of that engagement, then they're welcome to contact us. Our services are free of charge to the consumer. They are able to rely on the Ombud as an independent, impartial body that will listen to both sides of the story. So when they make a complaint, we will investigate that complaint, and we will give the financial institution an opportunity to present their side of the story as well. And only on that basis we can then assist the parties to find a resolution.
If you'd allow me just to interrupt you there, as we take a look at the face of technology, it's advancing by the day. What challenges would you think, or that the financial sector's growing reliance on technology presents to the NFO's work?
There are many positive developments as a result of technology, and we must acknowledge that. So our ability to transact and do business has become much easier as a result of technology. But we also see the bad side of technology, where there are people that uses technology to defraud people, for example. So we see many cases where consumers have been conned into giving some of their personal information. Fraudsters use this personal information to either access their accounts, and the consumers lose money as a result. Alternatively, we've seen cases in the credit space, for example, where the fraudsters would impersonate that person and open accounts in the person's name, or buy things online in the person's name, and then the consumer later on find out that they indebted for those items that they never bought. So it's really important to understand that the consumer need to be vigilant in not giving out personal information to anyone that is not authorized to have that information. And consumers need to wise up to protect themselves against people that are using these means to get access to their accounts and and their businesses.
As you urge consumers to wise up, the financial services space, we know, can be complex and broad. What would you say to South Africans who conduct business with the sector about looking for inappropriate deals and contracts?
The most important thing is to understand that the financial sector is regulated. So we've got regulators like the Financial Sector Conduct Authority, the National Credit Regulator, and so forth. And the first important thing is to make sure that when you enter into contracts, that you enter into contracts with credible institutions that are registered with the regulators. That registration gives you some form of protection if anything goes wrong. The other thing I just want to say, by the way, is that it's important that when you enter into contract, that you read that. You cannot afterwards claim that you did not know when you have signed the terms of the contract, because you normally sign to say, I've read and understood that these conditions will be binding on myself. So it's really important that when consumers later on find them in trouble with their listing on the credit bureaus, for example, and their credit profiles being impaired, that they are sure they have engaged with credit providers that are registered with the regulators.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for speaking to us.